Hello from Virginia. I just crossed from Washington, D.C. into the state of Virginia, and I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing straight. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to give a little update. People keep asking me how things are going, and I can hardly believe that I have driven from Seattle to Virginia. Yeah, I keep telling people that on day 2, I was so overwhelmed, and I thought, what the heck am I doing? Maybe I shouldn't have done this, but I told a lot of people I'm going to do this, so I think I have to keep going. So that was day 2. And since then, I think I just keep telling myself that I keep looking at it as a succession of small road trips. Because if I look at it as a succession of small road trips, then I don't feel overwhelmed. So note, if you're ever going on a really long trip, just like break it down into manageable chunks. So anyway, yeah, I've done 15 interviews so far, which doesn't sound like a lot considering how many states I've crossed, but I will have more as I start to enter the South and the Southwest. Texas is quite big. But anyway, I'm taking a week off this week to be at our Orphans Promise and CBN headquarters in Virginia Beach and to connect with my team there and touch base and also share with them about this project and catch up on some work. So I won't be doing any more interviews this week, but people just keep asking me, so what are you finding? What is the theme that's coming through? And so I thought I would just share that in this video. And though it's the sensitive topic of, I don't want to, because stories are sensitive, not wanting to share specific family stories or specific identities, but I will say that in all 15 interviews, the one theme that has been throughout is that they knew it would be hard, but it's a lot harder than they thought it would be. And just also the understanding is that, like anything in life, until you're in it, you don't really know what it's like and you don't really know what resources you're going to need. And so though you can be prepared, it's really in the heat of the moment that you need more resources and need more help. And so the other through line that I'm seeing is that, my thing is sliding, that in the midst of the storm, that God is faithful. And I guess that's the lesson that we all learn as we walk this road as believers. But specifically in adoption, I have really had I've been so blessed because the majority of the people that I have spent time with thus far are just really, really strong in their faith, and they know the Word of God. And even though some of them have dealt with more crises than you or I could ever imagine or would ever want to walk through, they've been able to not look at their crisis, but to look at Jesus, to keep rooted in His Word, and to keep their eyes on God in the midst of the challenges that they might be having and with their children. And some of those challenges they've walked through to the other side, and some of those challenges they're still in the midst of walking through. But I just know within each interview that I do and I conduct, I am so encouraged. I am challenged to dig deeper into the Word of God and to stand on His truth, and to recognize that following God's call doesn't always mean it will be easy, and it doesn't mean that it is free from trouble and strife. So I mean, that we know that we know that, but when we walk it, it becomes our reality. And so to see people that who have not faltered in their faith, but have kept their eyes on Jesus and recognize that that He is in this, even if they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel quite yet. He's the light. So it can sound so cliche to say that, but it's true. And I've seen people who are living it as truth, not just saying it as truth. And so more than anything, I think that is what God has been showing me through these stories. And I realize I'm being general right now, and maybe I can share some more specific things later. But yeah, so that's just kind of what I wanted to share today. That what I'm learning on this trip through the interviews that I've done so far, and I hope that will be what continues to come through as I'm on the road. There's some other tidbits I can share later, but I'll not make this video any longer, and I'm gonna get back on the road and finish my drive down to Williamsburg, Virginia today. And yeah, I'll check in another week or so. Bye.